Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Lazada University and Sourcy's webinar. We are very happy for all of those who are already with us now. I think we have around 30 plus viewers currently, and more are coming in to join this webinar. For everybody's information, this is the second part. We had our first episode last Thursday, and this is the continuation of our webinar in partnership with Lazada. So thank you everybody for coming in. Okay. Right. So let me okay, all right. I hope everything is okay. You're seeing everything fine. I think I just had a technical glitch earlier. Okay, cool. Right. So once again, thank you everybody for coming over. I'm Gail. I will be your moderator for today. This is a webinar with the partnership that we have with Lazada, and we are Sourcy. You will get to know us more later, and then you will get to know our main character later as well. So we'll just wait for a few more sellers to join us and viewers to join us. But thank you to the 30 plus viewers who are already here and joining us. Before we start, can I see a thumbs up sign for those who were with us during episode 1 last week? So, yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. You can type Sourcy if you were at the episode 1 last Thursday. Because we want to see kung sino yung mga kasama namin nung Thursday tapos present ulit ngayon. So can anybody type Sourcy if you were with us nung episode 1? Okay. Type Sourcy if kasama namin kayo nung episode 1 and if excited na kayo for episode 2. Okay. Oh, baka shy lang kayo. So magwa-warm up muna tayo, okay? So we have a few questions here to start while we're waiting for the others to join. By the way, so today we will be talking about the sourcing and sourcing suppliers, right? So our first few questions will revolve around how you choose your supplier. So our first question is, which supplier challenge worries you the most? So is it A, are you worried about getting scammed or the products are poor? Is it B, MOQs are too high? C, slow or confusing communication? Or D, you don't know where to start? So please type your answer in the chat. Is it A, B, C, D? Ano yung kinakatakutan nyo in the process of finding a supplier? Yan. So marami kasi ngayon ang sa-scam. So marami naman na parang bago pa lang naglo-launch pero yung mga MOQ ng mga suppliers medyo mataas. Or minsan, since most of the suppliers are based outside of the Philippines, so medyo may communication glitch tayo. So saan dito yung pinaka horror story nyo? A, B, C, or D, which means medyo wala pa tayong, nag-e-explore ka pala ngayon. So can you type your answer? Okay. May pa yes, may pa special prize kung magpa-participate sa question and answer All right? Okay. So these are some of the horror stories. We're waiting for your answers. A, B, C, D, or all three, all of the above. Baka naman all of the above yung answer, kaya walang ma-answer. Okay. It's okay. So don't worry. This afternoon, we will go through all of these and we will teach you and we will show you how you can navigate through finding a supplier without encountering this problems or these challenges. So, sige. Let's move to the next question kasi eto baka mas comfortable na kayo to answer. Ayan, so saan ba kayo naghahanap ng supplier? Is it A, through referrals by your friends, colleagues, or family? Is it B, do you hire the help of a sourcing agent? Or C, naghahanap ba kayo ng products sa social media? Or pumupunta ba kayo ng trade fairs or exhibitions? Or D, nagsisimula pa lang talaga kayo. So honestly, hindi nyo alam kung saan pa maghahanap ng supplier. Alright? Please key in your answer. Where would you look for a supplier today? Right? Please don't be shy. Use the chat bot. Okay. Okay. I think everybody's warming up. Okay. So right now, thank you sa 41 viewers who's with us and joining us in this webinar. We hope that by the end of the webinar, you get to have more idea and to have more confidence in choosing your supplier. Okay. Right? So my answer ba dyan? Where would you look for a supplier today? Kasi last week si Juan, gut feel lang yung ginamit niya in choosing his winning product. So, kayo ba? Saan kayo naghanap ng supplier? Alright? Okay, so I think everybody is excited about the main topic itself. So, yeah, we will keep the questions for later. We will have a dedicated question and answer segment where our speaker and the resource speaker that we invited today will be answering your technical questions and any questions that you have with sourcing a supplier and also about the AI-driven sourcing platform that we will be showing you later. Okay, I think let's start. To begin with, I would just like to set your expectations and to set the agenda so that you know what will happen in the next 60 minutes. So this will be our run of show. So you will be going through a framework of judging any supplier before you send your money to them to avoid the mistakes that one did in episode 1. Also, we will be going through a live sourcing of one's winning product, which was the tumbler. And then we will be going through a personalized quotation for attendees who will request it later. So once again, I would just like to remind everybody that we linked our website in the chat bot so you can see it there. So anytime you want to explore more about Sourcy and our concierge bot or our sourcing bot, then you can click on that link. And towards the end of the show, we will be showing you a QR code where you can find us. It will direct you to our concierge bot as well. So to be able to get to know more about Sourcy, who we are and what we do, I will give the floor to our CEO. So let's take a look at this video by our CEO, Carl Chan.
What Sourcy does is really simple. We help consumer brands develop and create new products. We can turn any product idea that you have into a physical reality. You just need to describe what you are trying to develop to our AI agent, and it will basically go out to do trend research for you on social media and e-commerce, identify the viral product trends in your product category, and then it will turn the trends into manufacturable specs down to the fabric, the leather, the stitching, the printing, and then finally it will reach out to hundreds of factories to negotiate and discuss the MOQ, the unit price, to make sure the product is made and shipped to you at the lowest cost in the shortest time possible. So everything from ideation to production to quality control to shipping is done and put on a silver platter. So even if you don't have a very big in-house sourcing team, you can still launch dozens of products every single month. That's what Sourcy does.
All right. Thank you, Carl. So, for all of those who missed it in the video, Carl mentioned that Sourcy is an AI guided sourcing partner. So, we help you discover the right product, we help you vet the suppliers, compare different quotations in one place. We help you manage the sampling from sampling to bulk order. And then we help you to the delivery, which means we deliver at your doorsteps your next winning product. So that is who we are and what we do. Before I continue and introduce our main speaker for this afternoon, I would just like to introduce the Sourcey team who are here with us today. So we have with us our head of product, Eugene. So he will be joining our speaker later in the question and answer round to answer specific and technical questions that you will have about sourcing. We also have with us from our marketing team, Afra. So she helps put together the slides that you're seeing currently. So those are like the Sourcey team that is with you this afternoon. Ngayon, I will hand it over to our main speaker. So I'm very excited to introduce her because I've never knew of anybody who was able to make multiple quotations previously and talk to suppliers herself. So if there is somebody in the team who has like the experience in talking to suppliers or between clients and suppliers, then this is the person. So she was able to help hundreds of Southeast Asian brands go from quotation chaos to verified manufacturers. Nobody I know has read more supplier quotations and catalogs than this person. So, ladies and gentlemen, from our growth team, our growth lead, Ash.
Thanks, Dale. Hi, everyone. Are you all excited for our edition or episode today? Finding the right supplier for your winning product. So, if everyone, you are ready to find one a factory, can you please type in ready? So type in if you're ready to find one, our main character, a factory. I'm ready. Ready to share insights to everyone. Okay, so I guess we're all ready. So just a quick reminder, we will learn through one story today and the succeeding episode. So please type your questions in the chat anytime. Eugene and I will take them at the end. Okay, so just a quick preview of what happened last episode. On the first episode, Juan imported 350 units of Stanley Quencher tumbler on a hunch. Gut feel lang. So we taught him how the validation framework works. And so he was able to choose an Owala style dual lead first sip tumbler based on statistics that we have shown him. So if you were here last week, we actually provided or gave our audiences, our live participants, a homework. So I hope for you guys na nandito last week, sana meron kayong dala ngayon na any winning product ideas that you have in mind, you can put it in the chat anytime, okay? Type any product category if you're feeling brave. So whether that's pickleball, that's baby and mom product, beauty and cosmetics, toys, pet supplies, just type in your answers on the chat. Okay, so now Juan posted a request for his Owala style dual lead frisip tumbler. So there are actually 87 suppliers. Napakadaming suppliers are able to make that frisip tumbler for Juan, di ba? So 87 suppliers matched, but only 14 quotations were sent. Okay? And then out of those 14 quotations, apat lang yung final finalist natin. Siyempre, hindi naman natin kayang kausapin lahat. And we don't have enough bandwidth, especially for small brand sellers or yung mga nagsisimula pa lang. We want to make use of our resources timely. So with our tool, we were able to shortlist 14 quotations to 4 lang. So now let's get to know who are those 4 suppliers who stand out. So I need your attention. So if you can please look at our screen and look at me while I talk. Right. So we have 4 suppliers. Who are they? So the first supplier, supplier A, we receive a quotation of $1.60 with an MOQ of 1,000. So everyone is familiar naman siguro with the MOQ, which is the minimum order quantity. Okay, and then the supplier B, we receive a slightly higher offer, which is a $2.40 with also a slightly higher MOQ, which is 5,000, right? And supplier C, great price. Price is even cheaper than supplier A. However, they stop replying after 3 messages. So cheap price, but unresponsive. And lastly, we have our supplier D. Supplier D is offering a mid-range price, which is 1.95 US dollars. Flawless in English. There's not much language barrier during the communication. And there is a factory mentioned on the signature. Okay? So, sino kaya dun sa 4 na supplier, who do you think out of those 4 suppliers who one would choose? So type in the chat if it's A, supplier B, supplier C, supplier D. Help me to know which supplier who one should choose. I would like to really get to know your answers as a seasoned seller or kung nagsisimula man kayo. Can you help me please put your answers in the chat? Okay, so there are 4 suppliers, supplier A, supplier B, supplier C, and supplier D. Tingnan natin kung ano yung pinili or pipiliin ni Juan, okay? So we get to know the right answers amongst those 4 suppliers that we have recommended for Juan. We would like to show statistics muna. Okay? So, with the next slide, we have the very uncomfortable truth. So 60% of sellers who find a winning product still fail at supplier selection. Bakit kaya may mga nag-fail pa din? 60% nag-fail pa din sa pagpili ng supplier. So we will try to learn through stories here. Last year, we have a seller, we met a seller actually, that wired a full deposit to a supplier A, which offered $1.60, which is the factory price, the one that you can see on the screen. However, when the goods arrive, it's raw materials. 40% of the total inventory has defects. There's no recourse. Ang hirap hanapin or ang hirap kausapin ng supplier. Ang hirap humanap kung paano yung refund or paano yung exchange policy. And also, the factory is not really a factory or the manufacturer itself. It's a trading company with stock photos. So with all this, it's really hard to verify kung manufacturer ba or legit ba talaga yung supplier na kausap natin. So this was the story that we had encountered in the past. Now, the mistake isn't bad luck. So it happened even before the money moved. Why? Because Juan or the client that we dealt with decided on the price alone. Mura siya 1.60 per piece lang. Sige, go ahead and place an order. Ganon. That's why Juan decided on a hunch, but that should not be the case. So today's mission, we will help Juan choose right the first time. Okay? So this is understandable, especially sa mga first-time sellers or winning sellers who run a process instead. Okay, so before Juan chooses a supplier, I think it's very important that we ask these questions. We have here three questions. So, how smart sellers choose the right supplier? So, this one is something that we need to ponder on. First, we need to verify the supplier. Can they prove that they're the manufacturer? And how they can prove that they're the manufacturer. Next question, when we're comparing the quotes, did Juan compare at least three quotations? Kasi kung dalawa lang yung quotation na kinompare niya, let's say supplier A and supplier B, si supplier A cheap, pero mas mababa din yung MOQ. Si supplier B, mas mataas. Yung presyo, mas mataas din ng MOQ. Kay supplier A na lang ako. If you only have two comparisons, you're not really negotiating. You're just accepting whatever is the cons on the downstream. And of course, the third part, we need to validate with a sample. So did Juan order a sample first before placing the bulk order? So the way for us to validate if the product is really legit, it's like just like what we saw on the screen or in the picture, is to order a sample first. Yeah, so I think these are the three questions that I'm gonna leave you guys, and perhaps you can ponder on it before you can start making a decision. Okay, so now I would like to have a quick pause. So I hope this time may mga sumagot na. Mukhang medyo shy yung audience natin ngayon compared to last week. So we want to get to know more of you, your pain points, what are your current struggles, what are your current what do you call this? Process that would help you. But with this pulse, I would like to understand how many quotations do you usually compare before ordering? Okay? So let's be honest, hindi naman namin makikita kung sino kayo. All right? So we have 30 to 60 seconds to answer these questions. So how many quotations do you usually compare before ordering? Less than 5, 5 to 10, more than 10. Yeah. Actually, based on experience, whenever I have a client that gave me a product idea, oh, Ash, I want to build this cosmetic with this keychain, with portable makeup that I can just loop in my bag, right? So how many suppliers do you think could match the specs that I need? I will not provide a quotation that is only one or two. At least I should be giving out 4 to 6. Minsan nga kulang pa yung 6. Because not all of them can provide certifications. Okay, I can see there's someone who answered letter A, less than 5. Less than 5, so apat ba yun? Tatlo or dalawa? Kasi kung dalawa lang yon, delikado. Hindi tayo nagko-compare. We're not negotiating. We're accepting what they can already offer. Yeah, so meron pa bang ibang sagot? Less than 5? Paano nyo kaya sila kino-compare? Do you speak to each and every suppliers? Medyo mahirap din yon. It takes a lot of your time and energy instead of focusing on the growth of your business. Sige, tambay muna tayo ng saglit. Okay. So you can keep your answers. You can just type in anytime on the chat. All right. So now let me show you how to fix that in minutes, not weeks, whenever we gather quotations from different suppliers, right? So who once started with a simple goal? One or find one reliable supplier. I think yun naman yung goal ng lahat. But instead, he had to compare quotations from WhatsApp, PDFs, and spreadsheets. Different platform. Ang sakit sa ulo. Verify whether suppliers were manufacturers or trading companies. Mahirap din to because there are even trading companies who may have their own factories too, depending on the product, right? Juan also had to follow up across different time zones, spreading yung mga suppliers is from different countries. And the worst part is he had to manually compare prices, MOQ, and payment terms, which is a very tedious part. Tedious work at ang sakit talaga sa ulo. So my question to the audience, you can just put in your answers on the chat or sa inyo na lang. What if all of this could happen in one workflow? Na hindi na kayo mag-change from different platform, you just have one workflow where you can get quotations, you can easily compare pricing and MOQs and payment terms. So now let me show you live with Juan's project, finding the right supplier for his Owala tumblers. But first, I will let Gail go through the demo. Okay, so ipasa ko muna kayo ulit kay. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Ash. All right. Right now, we will be showing you how we at Sourcy navigate through the different ways or the process of finding the supplier in one workflow. Bumalik muna tayo sa episode 1 natin, the AI-driven tools that we discussed during episode 1. By the way, as what Carl mentioned in our video earlier, Sourcy is an AI-driven sourcing agent, but at the same time, it's human-led, which means behind our AI and AI solutions are real humans like Ash and myself who works with the client as you journey through as you journey from the conception of the product to the sampling to the bulk and to the actual delivery of the product to your doorsteps. On episode 1, we highlighted the use of our trends tool. So ito yung reason kung bakit napili ni Juan yung winning product niya, which is the Owala Bottles Free Sip tumbler. So he based his decision on a data-driven report, which is something that looks like this. So dahil nakapili na si Juan ng winning product niya, he went to our merch tool, which gave him a digital mock-up of his product in seconds. So ngayon, Juan will choose the supplier for the winning product already, which is what Ash mentioned earlier. So all Juan had to do is to click on Get a Sample button. So if he clicks, if okay na sa kanya how this product looks like and he wants to get a sample, he clicks this and then it will direct him to our concierge bot. So this concierge bot, pinag-isipan po talaga to siya. So consider this as your sourcing partner. So instead of going through multiple marketplaces, this concierge bot aggregates all of the suppliers from different marketplaces and verified suppliers that we met on exhibitions, that we went to, and suppliers who are actually offline, na mga suppliers na wala po sa different marketplace but they're also legitimate and they're also verified by our team. So this is how it will look like if you go through the bot. Actually, while I do the demo, you can also explore by yourself. Click on the link that is there in the chat box, and then it will direct you to our concierge bot. So we will go through the concierge bot together. So right now, yung concierge bot natin will be looking for the custom one water bottle, which looks like this, right? So first, he will give you an understanding or expectation on how the journey will look like with the bot. So magko-customization muna tayo, and then you will skip on the supplier chase because the bot will do it for you. And then the bot will source as many products as you want. So now all you have to do is to click on I understand just to make sure that you understand the process and how this will work. So if you click on I understand, the bot will give you a preview of his recommended directions. So so to respect everybody's time, because we have maybe around less than 30 minutes to go through this, I will show you this conversation that I had with the bot just to show you how the journey looks like. Um, all right. So since we've all when you're sourcing, you can either put the item that you want or attach a photo. You can attach as many photos as you want, and the bot will read it for you. The concierge bot will read it for you. The next step that the bot will do is to go through different directions. So Owana style, nagsisearch siya ng factory, and these are the initial factory that he shortlisted. You just choose which direction you want for the bot to take you. So since Ash mentioned earlier na in choosing a supplier, the first rule is to always what? Verify. So ngayon, we will ask verifying questions. Like example, can this supplier custom colors? Or ito lang ba yung available na colors nila? So there, and then the bot will say yes, all of the shortlisted suppliers can custom the colors. And the bot will ask you further questions just to make sure that it will get what you really want to happen. So would you like to have the exact Pantone colors? Do you want the stock macaron colors or yung laser engraving ba? So as per Ash, kailangan talaga natin to make sure that we're talking to manufacturers and not traders, right? And to verify that we're actually talking to manufacturers. So we will tell the bot, I prefer manufacturers and not traders. What the concierge bot will do, Sourcy concierge bot will do, is it will list it as a hard requirement. So tatanungin ka niya, is it a hard requirement or my preference or traders are okay? How will you verify, or what about certificates? Our bot can also ask certificates from the suppliers if you want to. For this run, I told the Sourcy concierge bot, make it a hard requirement. So ngayon, the bot will put it in her brain na hard requirement for you is manufacturers, so it will not look for traders. Then, yung mga verifying questions like kung ano yung gusto ni Juan na stock macaron colors, anong type of printing of the logo does one wants in the item? Is it laser? So I said laser engraved logo yung gusto ni Juan. And then the bot will take note of that. And then it will ask verifying questions to you too, just to make sure na in sync kayo or aligned kayo. So it will ask if you're starting a new business, if you're distributing. So he knows how to shortlist suppliers who can cater to lower MOQs for starting business like this. And then the bot will ask you, yung sample pa na gusto mo, will you be working on a small pilot run or a large production order? So he can source or he can shortlist suppliers further based on your MOQ. And then if you want the smallest workable MOQ, you can also ask the bot. Kasi we often get questions like, Gail, I'm just starting a small pilot project, pero yung mga suppliers that I saw have very high MOQs. Can Sourcy help me find suppliers with low MOQ, like maybe 50 or 100 lang to start with? So the answer is yes, we can work around that. And then, would you like how do you want the products to be packaged? So you can just answer your bot. So basically, consider the Sourcy concierge bot as your best friend. So it will be your sourcing partner. And then, next, ang sabi ni Ash, after we verify the supplier, then we are now ready to compare. Always compare, right? So from among these 5 suppliers, you ask the bot, compare my 5 selected products side by side para mas mabilis mong makita yung comparison. So instead of looking at multiple different types of quotations in Excel or in PDF or in different catalogs, si Sourcy Concierge Bot will give you this view, which will show you the different suppliers at one glance so that it's easy for you to compare, right? And then after that, anong sabi ni Ash? After you verify, after you compare, we validate. So one will ask for a sample first before he puts on a bulk order. So we will ask the bot, can I request for a sample? And then the bot will say, yes, samples are the right next step before a pilot order. Because at Sourcy, we don't really we actually tell our clients to get a sample first before you bulk order, right? And then it will direct you to this, which is the part where the concierge bot will summarize all of the information that they got from you. And then it will ask you to key in your email address and WhatsApp number, because the next steps, which will be the quotation and the supplier verification, will be sent through email and through WhatsApp. So once you input your email and WhatsApp number, the bot will do its best to come up with an initial quotation for you. So how long will this process happen? It depends on the complexity of your sourcing request. So kung on-stock items lang, mabilis. Kung medyo customized talaga siya or highly customized, then we need a little bit more time. Eugene here, who is the head of product, will do his best for the bot to give you an initial quotation in 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so instead of like days and days of finding the quotation and looking for the supplier. So what the bot will do on the back end is kakausapin niya ang multiple suppliers, right? So as a human being, in reality, we can only talk to what, 2, 3 suppliers at the same time. But what the bot will do, it will talk to 5, 10, 50 suppliers at the same time. It will analyze the catalogs and the quotations from the different suppliers on your behalf. So you won't have to look for each one of them, and then it will shortlist the suppliers for you based on your hard requirements. Now, how does the quotation look like? So once the bot runs through the best suppliers for you, the quotation will look like this. By the way, you will have an access to a dashboard which should look like this. So you can see kung saan ka na in your journey, and kung saan na yung what is the bot doing for you. So you will see if the bot is reviewing your SR, if it's still finding the suppliers, if it's confirming something from the factories, and if it's receiving quotations. And then finally, if your quote is ready, you can see it here. So this is how the quote will look like. So instead of looking into 1848 suppliers, it will give you the top 5 suppliers that it shortlisted. You can actually have a better view. So this is like the cards view where you will see the photos, the unit price, the minimum or the MOQ, the lead time here. But for those who wants it to be an easy look at one glance, you can click on the compare button and it will show you a table that will compare apples to apples yung different 5 suppliers at one glance. So you will see the product type, the capacity, the closure type, yung reference colors, color palette, materials, factory direct status, MOQ, and unit price here in one table at one glance. So most of our clients say that this makes their decision making easier, because they won't have to look for different forms of quotations, diba? From different marketplaces. So I will pause here to check if you have, so that you can see the quotation, right? And the good news is, example, if you're able to choose a supplier na, no? If you're going to choose, example, this supplier, which is the cheapest supplier, but at the same time, parang gusto nyo yung mga photos na nakikita nyo of them. So you can click here actually. And then you think that this is the best product for you and it matches what you want to launch. Then you click on order a sample. And then once you click on that, that is where our human-led experience starts. So our growth team will get in touch with you and verify your choice. And also it will coordinate with the supplier for you on your behalf. So this part from the order sample part will be discussed on episode 3 next Thursday. So I would just like to, before I hand it over to Ash, I would just like to pause and check if you see this as a helpful tool for you in finding a supplier. If you think that this is helpful, type yes in the chat bot. Yeah. Okay. All right. By the way, we will be giving away free quotations and free 30-minute consultation with the Sourcy team for dedicated for the Lazada viewers. So if you want to avail of like free quotations like this, type Sourcy in the chat. Okay. Alright. Medyo mahiyain talaga yung batch na 'to. Medyo ano, siguro they're thinking already of their next winning product and how they can find the supplier. So, right. So again, if you want to avail of the free quotation from Sourcy, then please type Sourcy in the chat so we can get in touch with you, and or you can also explore the concierge bot through the link that is in your chat bot. So that's all for me. Ash, over to you.
Thanks, Gail. That's a very helpful demo, very insightful. So I really hope that it's really helpful for our viewers here. Para naman mas madali na yung pag-compare natin ng different quotations. So yeah, always verify, compare, and validate. So let's try not to pick the cheapest quote immediately. Just because it's cheap, yun na agad yung right for us, right? And always trust factory written in a profile, not trader, because trader mas mahal siya, diba? There's overhead pa siya. And then let's not proceed with orders without sample. And let's not pay 100% upfront without any protection. So there should be always refund and exchange return policy in case the items have defects. Okay, so let's never compare suppliers on the price alone. Yeah, thanks, Gail, for showing that demo to us. Okay, so next slide, we're going to show you quickly one of our real case study, which is from Luma Yoga. So Luma Yoga, they have quite a few pain points. So the first one is high operational overhead because they had to hire different teams, from logistics to procurement just to find the right product for them. So finding reliable supplier is very time consuming because it's very manual and slow product launch cycles. So they're limited to only one or two SKUs to launch. And it's very difficult for them to compete with fast fashion brands. You know, trends, mabilis siya. Pwedeng uso siya ngayon, the next day or a week after, wala na. So we wanted to be the first one to grab that insights and trends para incorporate natin siya sa product natin. So when Sourcy comes in, during the Sourcy's intervention, how our AI tool and the human in the loop help Luma Yoga is we're able to find them the right supplier using our AI or the agentic AI based on the product specifications that they have. You're able to go on a low MOQ entry barrier for line testing. They're still testing the market. So we wanted to find supplier that's quite flexible, na mas mababa yung MOQ before they could launch with a bigger MOQ later on. And Sourcy, or we're able to find faster line launch via pre-qualified suppliers. So earlier we showed you how it works with the bot. So from, let's say, 50 suppliers down to 4. So then our clients can easily compare and choose the right supplier for them. And lastly, reduced overhead with end-to-end support. Because we are the extension, our agentic concierge bot is an extension of their procurement teams. It includes sampling, bulk orders, up to the delivery of their product. So they're just paying one landed cost without any additional overheads. So kasama na doon, of course, the QC and all, communication with different suppliers, all included in one quotation. So yeah, in as fast as 7 days, they were able to get their samples. And in 6 weeks, they were able to verify, compare, and validate different quotations that allow them to launch quickly. So, uso pa yung mga specifications na meron sila, and by the time they launch, they're still at the trend. Pasok pa din sila sa gusto at sa mga hinahanap ng ating mga buyers. So that's what we wanted to capture, and that's what we want to help our sellers to launch their products immediately. Yeah. Okay, so now I hope you guys would have questions for us. So me and Eugene are here to answer any questions you may have in your mind. So feel free to drop your questions on the chat.
Okay, thank you, Ash. Actually, while waiting for the questions, we would just like to remind everybody that all of the AI-driven tools that Sourcy showed you, from the Trends tool, Merch tool, yung concierge bot natin, these are all free. So there is no subscription fees. Also, so you can access it and you can play around with it without paying for it. So later Ash will explain how we earn. Kasi parang if we're building all of these AI driven tools and we're putting all of our resources here and giving it for free, then how do we earn? So I think that's one of the frequently asked questions which Ash will answer later. Okay, so thank you ZJ2X Online Shop for your smiley. I think she's liking what she's hearing. Ayun. So there, thank you for that. We're waiting for others to put in their questions, especially to our resource speakers and speaker this afternoon. Uh-huh. Okay. I think while waiting for your questions, I would just like to ask Eugene a question, right? Because we've been to multiple exhibitions and we've been hearing this question, and I'm sure na yung question na to ay question din ng mga sellers na watching us right now. So Eugene,
Yes.
how is the concierge bot different from just using ChatGPT or another AI chatbot?
Yeah, that's a good question. There are three different things. So first of all, the concierge bot is built based on learning our proprietary data. So we have like a database of thousands or hundreds of thousands of suppliers. So we already learned from these suppliers what is good, what is the best features about that products. We use that to train our AI. So it's not just like you ask ChatGPT and then it's basically give you like a fake or unconfirmed specs, but we already confirm directly to the suppliers. Second of all, the difference would be we try to actually understand you better. So we actually try to understand like what do you exactly mean by submitting like a certain product. Because normally in our process, if we don't understand like what you really want, we can source the wrong products for you. And the third one is that actually it's not just like a ChatGPT you search and then you get the answer. In this case, we also directly contact the suppliers as well, because the difference between like ChatGPT is that you just input a prompt or input a text and then you get the answer immediately, but it doesn't talk directly to the supplier. In our case, we talk directly to the suppliers. We manage the supplier communication. So when you receive a quotation, it's already a final supplier confirmation of all of the specs there. Yeah, that's my answer, Gail.
Nice. Imagine the level of work that the the concierge bot does for you, including supplier management. Kasi yun talaga yung pinakamasakit sa ulo, like what Ash mentioned. Before we proceed to the next question, we would just like to say hi to Cast Trading. Hi, Cast Trading. Thank you for joining us today. Eugene, another question. How does the AI decide whether a quotation is good enough to show me?
Okay, so we have like a four steps to do so. So first of all, um, our AI will read. Okay, so first of all, our AI will read like what we call like a product summary. So in our database, in our system, we actually already have like a summary. What is this product? What is this selling? What is the images? So our AI will basically match the best product from there first. Second of all, we will confirm directly to the suppliers to basically ask what is the missing specs that you requested. A good example with this is that if you're asking for a tumbler with a black color, but in our database we only have red color, we are not going to discard that supplier, but we are going to ask that supplier, can you do a red color? That's one of the easy example. And then the third one, our AI is basically will make sure that whatever that you requested is also the same as what the suppliers is able to do so. So if you need, for example, like a certain specific certifications or a certain special requirement, our AI will basically confirm that to supplier and will be basically match spec per spec. So I think that's our key. We actually understand like what your requirement, and we actually match it spec by spec. And the fourth one, our AI is basically designed to have like this feature called self recovery. So self recovery means that after the quotation has been reviewed, it will not directly send to you. There's actually like another reviewer that actually will check the quotation first. If it's not passing this reviewer, which is the reviewer is AI again, it will go back again to our concierge AI and do it iteratively the quotation until it's get better before sending to you. We have like a fallback that our human sometimes will check our quotation as well for if the AI doesn't able to achieve some of the things. But in our case study, I think we see mostly all stable and all the AI is able to basically fulfill what you want.
Nice. Thanks, Eugene. So it's good to know that the AI, the concierge bot, can actually analyze and challenge the quotations and not just present it right away to the client. Okay, last question before we wrap up. This is for Ash. So, Ash, quick question. Since we're doing all of these AI tools, giving it for free to everybody, including the Lazada sellers, how do we earn? Where does what's the part where Sourcy earns?
Yeah, first of all, we would like to empower everyone to just put your product idea and explore what options you have, what different concepts you have right there in the market. So we help you with insights that what consumers are looking for, that it's not available there yet, that you can take advantage of and apply it in your product. So we're giving it for free, right? Because we wanted to empower everyone to become a brand builder. And the way we earn is through transaction. So only when you place an order, a bulk order, so that's when we will earn money from your orders. So of course, with all this end-to-end fulfillment, there will be a small margin that will be on top of the products or unit prices that you will see. But this margin will not be that much to help you still earn or to help you still add a margin to the product that you're selling. So we are partnering together with you. We do the heavy lifting while you focus on your growth. So I think that's a fair service that we provide, considering that these tools are for free.
Right. Thanks, Ash. And thanks, Eugene, for answering the questions. And I hope that it gave clarity to our viewers. So we have a couple of minutes more. So we would like to wrap up this session. Thank you to all of the 69 or 60 plus viewers, live viewers that is watching us this afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. Episode 3 will be live on Thursday. So next Thursday, still at the same time at 3 p.m. So that's July 23, 2026, 3 p.m. We will see you guys. So we will be talking about negotiation because now that Juan already chose the quotation that he wanted, he will now go to the steps of sampling and then negotiate to make sure that he will go home with the correct and right margin. So as a homework, if you can click on this QR code, so that you can play around the concierge bot. So you can try to submit 1 to 2 sourcing requests of your next winning product through this QR code or through the link that is in the chat bot. We would appreciate it so that next session, we will check how you can maximize your profits from the products or the quotation that you receive. Also, we have 2 more episodes with Lazada. So next session will be Thursday on the 23rd. We will be talking about negotiate how one negotiates with the suppliers. And then the last one is how one will launch his product. That will be on July 30. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Get your free quotation today by clicking on the link that you see in your chatbot or the QR code that you saw previously. So we hope to see you on the next episode on Thursday. Please avail of your free quotation and free 30-minute consultation with us as well. We hope to see you next week. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. So I think we have problems with the QR code. Don't worry, Omni Pickleball. We have the contact number here. So I highlighted it on the screen. So please reach out to the Sourcy team via this contact number via WhatsApp. So we can get in touch with you directly. Otherwise, you can click on the link that we embed or that is pinned in the chat. So you can start the sourcing. So for all those who can't, access the QR code, please reach out to the Sourcy team in the number in your screen and or the link that is in your chat bot. Thank you, Omni Pickleball. Actually, Omni Pickleball was with us last Thursday. We will be sending the trends report about the pickleball community through the Lazada University team, and they will send it over to you. Right?
So I would like to add before we end here, you can type in sourcy.ai if you want to get in touch with the Sourcy team.
Yeah.
And fill in the form inside the website so then you can be contacted immediately. So sourcy.ai.
Thank you, Ash. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Lazada team, for this opportunity. We hope to see you next week, Thursday, still same time, 3 p.m. at the Lazada University. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.